This wholesome moment encompasses one of the best parts of sports. If you're new to the world of cargo fast, this is Isack Hadjar. He is 20 years old, and yesterday was his very first race as a Formula One driver. But after having a pretty impressive start to the weekend and qualifying faster than any of the other rookies on the grid, his race was over before it even started when he crashed out in the rain during the formation lap. Now, if you don't follow Formula One or you're new to the sport, something you have to understand is that the journey to becoming a Formula One driver is a lifelong one, and it's a path that requires a huge amount of sacrifice not only from the athlete but from their families. And even if you do everything right and you are incredibly talented, only 20 drivers per season get to call themselves Formula One drivers. So to make it to Formula One is an incredibly huge feat, which is why it was so incredibly devastating for Isack to crash out before he even started his first race. But something else you should know about Isack is that his childhood hero Lewis Hamilton is racing on the same grid as he is. Isack has been very open about the fact that he was a huge Lewis Hamilton fan. During his first chance to get behind the wheel of a Formula One car during free practice, he tried to wave at his hero while they were both on track, and this weekend he got to recreate this selfie that he took when he was a kid during the driver's parade for the first time that he was competing against his hero, which is how we get to this moment. Lewis Hamilton's father, Anthony Hamilton, knows exactly what it takes to become a Formula One driver and also to support your child through victories and heartbreak. And so when Isack crashed into the barrier, his first instinct was to leave the garage of his own son and intercept the crying 20-year-old driver and tell him that everything would be okay. Watching this happen last night during the broadcast actually made me tear up a little bit, because one thing you'll notice in motorsports is that when a driver is particularly emotional, they will keep their helmet on while they're moving where they know they may be photographed in order to have some semblance of privacy. Isack kept his helmet on for the same reason, but because he was looking down, holding his hand into his visor, it was pretty clear that he was crying, and also so focused on moving forward he didn't even see Anthony Hamilton step into his path. And so the dad of Isack's childhood hero caught this young man at one of his lowest moments, held him in an embrace, and let him cry. Later, when asked about it, Anthony said that he told him to keep his head up and that he would recover, and he walked with Isack for a good couple of minutes, comforting him, holding him, and continuing to talk to him, allowing this young man to feel the defeat and the embarrassment, but also promise him that things would be better and that this was not the end of his career. In press, he also talked about the fact that he believed Isack had a lot to offer that we haven't yet seen. And to be honest with you, I think the same. This was a very hard race where 6 different drivers crashed, and 2 of those, Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz, are very experienced drivers. So while it was a costly mistake, what's important for a young talent is to have the support that they need to believe that this is okay to move forward from. Because it is a devastating end to your debut, but a moment of kindness from someone who's not even part of your team, and not only that, is the father of your competitor and your hero, can be exactly what an athlete needs to keep moving forward. And also really highlights that there is a place for emotion like this in sports, that it is okay for men to cry in public and in situations like this, and also shows that there is always going to be a base level of humanity even when you are at the highest level of competition. So in a world like the one we live in, do your best to remember that kindness and sportsmanship can make the world around you a better place.